The U-Bahn ride home feels especially comforting today. The Berlin chapter of the Humanist Polo Club has suffered a terrible blow, and you're the one who dealt it. Volker Stahl's plan to incite a wave of bloody violence across Berlin has been derailed. It isn't often that a Shadowrunner gets to prevent an atrocity on the job. Usually it's the other way around. Though I guess it depends on your definition of atrocity. PDA rings and the face of your fixer, Paul Amsel, appears on your screen. Analog, I have new information to discuss about the estate. Please come as soon as you can. Alright. First I have to talk to this guy. Hello again, my friend. What can I do for you? I've uncovered what Humanus is up to. Beckenbauer eyes the plans on the datapad, then nods grimly. This fits with Humanus' established pattern of behavior, horrific and vile. According to this datapad, Humanus compounds all over Berlin have received similar shipments. They are planning to deploy the gas tomorrow morning. He exhales sharply, then nods again. I have a feeling that the Flux State will have a thing or two to say about that. Stahl has overstepped his bounds. His hubris will be on his undoing. Actually, I was his undoing. Volker Stahl is no longer among the living. That is excellent news. I'm not ashamed to say that I wish the man dead. He deserved whatever you did to him. And now I'm going to see to it that the rest of his twisted organization suffers in the same way that he did. You mark my words. Within the next few hours, the Humanist Polo Club is going to take a hammering that will make the Night of Rage look up like a peace rally. I owe you a great deal, Analog. We all do. I will wire your payment to the account number that is Amsel provided. Pleasure doing business with you. Alright. What were our other objectives? Are they all down here? Return the data to the Schackenweiler payphone, right. That was this way somewhere. Oh, it's on my compass. That's handy. Here it is. It's an old obsolete phone booth. Deliver the Humanist donor list. The machine accepts the data upload, and only a few moments later, a certified cred stick is spat out of the coin slot. The phone's old LCD readout displays the text, Freedom, Equality, Information, Schackwellenreiter. Walk away. I missed how much I got from that. Didn't say. Well, I still have 2,000 things, so whatever. Unless it's in my my items. Hey, data. No, I don't think so. Or unless I have to use this again. Okay, never mind. What is this? Der wine color. It's a Shadowrun bar. Interesting, but I'm in the middle of something right now. Something far more important than talking to my fellows. Especially since I already have a team. BBS. Post pay data for sale. Post the Humanus safe house list. Posting will remain active for 2 days. Okay. Walk away. Actually, check the status of the Alice Fund. Got 10,000 out of 50,000. Alright, what's up? Welcome back, I have news for you. In your absence, I've been looking into the Harfeld Manor. Whatever Feuerschwing is up to, it is both large-scale and well-funded. I've uncovered a money trail leading from holding companies all over the world to an offshore fund with a dummy address. From there, all of that freshly laundered money flows directly into the Harfeld estate. The dragon has investors? That makes no sense. It is doubtful that the Firewings pawns even know where their money is going. That is typical of draconic plots. Uncover a stream of money flowing behind the scenes, and there's a fair chance you'll find a dragon at the receiving end of it. To a dragon, conspiracy is second nature. But Firewing is different. She didn't scheme or plot, she acted. That's true. Alright, so the dragon has money. This isn't exactly new information. The Harfeld Manor reeked of wealth. Firewing was different. Yes, and look where it got here. When the Firewings launched her attack on humanity, it was considered an act of hubris. She lashed out because she didn't consider our species to be a threat. It would be equally hubristic for us to assume that she would make the same mistake twice. Okay. I will continue digging into this while you and the team tackle the next run. With luck, I will have more information to share upon your return. Sounds good, Paul. One last thing. Malit was able to restore the readable surface of one of Greenwinter's DVDs. If you'd like to take a look, you'll find it sitting beside the player. Just one? She's still working on the others. Many of them are extensively damaged, and getting anything off of them is proving to be quite a chore. She's told me that she'll be in touch if and when she makes any headway. Thank you. There it is. We already watched the Watch Me one, right? Load the second DVD. Play track 1. Green Winters appears on the screen. The timestamp on the video reads 2054-1111. Alright, as I said in my last recording, I've been having trouble finding hard facts on Firewing, so I thought I'd open things up a bit. Let's see what the rumor mill has to say. The screen jumps and Winters reappears in a different location. He is now clutching a mug of soycap in both hands, and there are bags under his eyes. Well, that was enlightening, assuming that any of it was true, that is. So for the past 5 hours, I've been poking around some of the crazier fringe theories related to the dragons and this SOX. As a reminder, the SOX is an irradiated wasteland between France and Germany. It got zoned off back in 2008 after the Cattenom GAU reactor meltdown. Anyway, there are all kinds of rumors floating around about the place. I've heard stories about a walled city in there that operates on a survival of the fittest, killer-be-killed basis. Sort of like a nightmare version of Berlin, of all the anarchy but none of the stability that the F-state provides. The radiation poisoning, cancer, and mana pollution are just the icing on the cake. So, when Adrian helped the Luftwaffe shoot Firewing down, she crashed into the SOX. That much is well known, but what else isn't as well known are the modern day myths that I've heard arisen about her since, and tonight I've heard an earful. I chatted up a girl who claimed to be a ghost rat. That's a smuggler that operates in the SOX. She told me about a dragon cult called the Disciples of the Cleaning Fire. Apparently these cultists worship some sort of radioactive ghost dragon. What a wonderful combination. Could be Firewing or could be nothing, but it's worth digging into all the same. Another thing that my little ghost rat told me, The popular rumor in the SOX is that Firestring's astral form was, I guess you'd say, mutated by all that background radiation. Some of the glowpunks out there say that she's shed her body like an old coat. Others say that she's trapped, doomed to be languish as an intangible radioactive ghost. I don't know how much credence you'd give to any of this. After all, I don't have any proof that my ghost rat is even a ghost rat. She might be, but then she could also be a run-of-the-mill glowpunk. Or maybe she's just yanking my chain and she's never been to the SOX at all. Who knows? Well, it's food for thought anyway. I don't know whether the thought of some radioactive ghost dragon thing is by any scarier than a genuine dragon is, but it's interesting all the same. Now the big question is, will any of this get me any closer to finding Adrian? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no, but you never can tell. Play track 2. The screen goes black for a moment, then Green Winters appears on the screen. The timestamp on the video reads 2054-11-12. Alright, let's continue thinking outside the box. After the Dragonfall, the great dragon Kaltenstein came flying into the SOX to rescue the Firewing, but he was driven off, some say killed, by Lofweir and Nebelther. So what if there's another dragon involved in all this? Winters grabs a thick leather-bound tome from a shelf behind him, licks a finger, and begins to leaf through it. Alright, so let's run down the list of major dragons that could be helping her. First, there's the Golden Worm Lofweir, the CEO of Sader Krupp, and possibly the single most dangerous being on Earth. Lofweir is a local boy, so he'd be in a position to help Firestring. He certainly has the financial capability to help her. He could send a small army into the SOX if he wanted to, so he's definitely got the means, but I can't see how he's have the motive. He's actively prevented the Firewing's rescue back in 2012 after all. Same thing is true for Nebelhair, so let's scratch both of them off the list. He flips a page, frowning. We've got Aiden, the great Sirash. He's operating out of Turkey. By all accounts, he's not a fan of Lofweir. They're actively competing for the territory in the Middle East. So I suppose that could be considered motive. Reviving the Firewing might cause problems for the Golden Worm. But would he risk a war with Sader Krupp by straying onto Lofweir's territory? Again, I don't think it's likely. He turns another page. There's Saladir out in Wales. He's pretty heavily invested in Transys Neuronet, but so he's got the money. But he's too busy dealing with the BTL killer scandal that Transys is going through out in London to get his claws dirty in the SOX. Flip. Dunkelzahn out in the USCIS. He pauses, shakes his head, then he slams the tome shut. No, this is a waste of time. The more I think about it, the more convinced I am. The Firewing is acting alone. Dragons don't cooperate unless they absolutely have to. After all, why bother making nice with your equals when you've got an entire planet full of pawns at your disposal? They don't need to work together. They have us to exploit. Play track 3. Well, this track does load. It's clearly corrupted. The screen fills with a meaningless stream of text. The text disappears and you find yourself back at the menu screen. Play track 4. This file is partially garbled. You can recognize a few words here and there, but they're interspersed amidst a solid block of corrupted text. Vauclair and something. Still my brig something. Still searching. Firewing, swear to I will find you. If it's the last thing. Not getting any closer. Swear to new research. Turning up. Won't know what something. Play track 5. This file is corrupted. The screen fills with a meaningless assortment of ASCII characters. Yep, that's meaningless. Track 6. Screen goes black and the same digital chime that you heard on the Dragonfall DVD plays again. A crackle of static fills the air, followed by that same, now familiar electronic whine. A few moments later, the display goes live. Vauclair looks haggard. His eyes are heavily bagged and bloodshot, and his hair is mussed. He holds a cigarette in an unsteady hand. Hermie, it's me. I can't sleep. I don't know where you are. Out having fun, no doubt. Maybe flirting with one of those unattainable beauties that you are always chasing. He tries on a smile, but it quickly disappears. He takes a drag on his cigarette. That's good. I want you to live a pleasant, normal life. After all, one of us should. Beauclair rubs his eyes. I can still smell the smoke, Hermie. It's almost a year later, and I can still taste the stench of burning corpses. When I sleep, I can hear the sirens and the screams. There's no sound in this world as horrible as a burn victim's screams. The doctors would call this PTSD, I'm sure. They'd have me in therapy, maybe dose up on SSRIs like they do to our veteran soldiers. He chuckles, then takes another drag. Quite a story for the tabloids. The great dragon slayer, Adrian Beauclair, mentally incapable of wrestling with his own demons. He shakes his head. No therapy for me, and certainly no medication. I have a reputation to live up to, however poorly deserved it is, and however little I want it. He pauses, stubs out a cigarette. The dragon is still alive, Hermie. Of that I'm certain. One day I will find her, and then perhaps I'll be able to sleep through the night. The display goes black, and the background wine fades away. A moment later, you find yourself deposited back at the main screen. Check the DVD. Got anything else to say? I'll ask you about another member of the team. Check the mission computer. Monica wrote dossiers about them. Okay, never mind. Okay, raise 50,000 to pay Alice. How's that going? Oh yeah, I just looked at that. 10,000 out of 50,000. Any new messages? 2 unread messages. Commissioning your services to Analog. We would like to arrange a meeting between you and one of our representatives. You will find him at the cafe nearby. His name is Luca Duer. He will be expecting you. Come alone. Okay. Hijacked shipments from Metbek Ganari. If you value new hardware coming into the Kreutz Bazaar, we need to talk. One of my weapons shipments was hijacked by a local gang. I can promise 500 new yen, and if you recover the shipment, I'll have some new gear on the shelf. That's nothing. 500. That's just like a free weapon. Come see me for the details. That's super cheap. Alright. I'll meet with this guy at the cafe. Maybe I'll meet with the other guy just so that there's new weapons in stock. I assume that's what that is. Luca Duer. Yeah. So what's up? So you're Analog, eh? The late Monica Schaefer's replacement. He looks you up and down, then nods. Good, you look the part. Let me get right down to business. My organization would like to retain your services for the indefinite future. But first, we're asking you to go on a trial run, an audition of sorts, to prove that you're the right man for the job. Assuming that you complete this trial to our satisfaction, I will then offer you a variety of simple tasks. All of these should be achievable in the course of your everyday business. You won't need much to go out of your way or expose yourself to much unnecessary risk. For each task that you will complete, you will be rewarded handsomely, and there will be a bonus if you finish them all. So, have I piqued your interest? Will you accept our offer? What is this audition pay? I can offer you 1,500 new yen. That's nothing, but only if you complete the full audition, the run and post-run interview to our satisfaction. If you fail to perform up to our expectations, you will receive no pay and no further offers of work. That's not much. It's an audition. The purpose of this trial is for you to prove your worth to us, not the other way around. Fair enough. Of course, you're free to decline if you wish, but know that there are hundreds of runners in Berlin who would kill for the opportunity to work for us. We came to you because we think we see a glimmer of potential. If you prove us wrong, we will happily take our offer elsewhere. Who do you work for? My organization knows everything worth knowing in Germany, including this small pond that is Berlin. It is in our best interests, however, to remain unknown to the world at large. For the time being, that is all you need to know. Sure, I'm in. Good. Very good. Now, onto the task at hand. There's a man named Elshire. He is a senior manager at Hermes Eurocom and a respected figure in his community. My organization also suspects him of working with pro-corporate extremists. These people are actively working to undermine the Flux state and pave the way for a corporate-controlled Berlin. My organization has no more desire to see Berlin fall to the corporations than you do. However, we are hesitant to act on our suspicions without proof. This is where you come in. So you want me to spy on them? Not directly, no, but we do need to place them under surveillance. We'll meet with a team that I've arranged for you, and with their assistance, you will plant listening devices in his apartment. Take the U-Bahn to Frankfurter Tor and go alone. The rest of your team will meet you there. I already have a team. You do, yes, but they are unsuitable for this job. No, they're not. Remember, this is a test of your abilities, not Iger's or Glory's or Dietrich's. If that's important to you, I'll work with your team. Fine. Very good. The moment that you board the train to Frankfurter Tor, your test will begin. I would advise you to bring what you need in terms of medical supplies and ordnance. Once you embark on your trial run, there will be no turning back. After you've planted the devices and verified that they work, come back to me. There will be a brief interview, a post-mortem on the run if you like, and assuming that I am satisfied with what I hear, I will pay you your first stipend. Then we will discuss our future options. Best of luck, Analog. We will be watching. Okay. Actually, isn't there a closer one around here somewhere? Yeah. Here it is. Get on the train. Yes. To Frankfurter.